And hello, this is Hope Roski with The Wedding Show. I wish you could be here in the studio with me. Oh, do I wish you could be in the studio with me, because I tell you what, the aroma that I'm getting from this amazing food here is just out of this world. We are so fortunate to have Zack Paulson, Food and Beverage Director of the Painted Table, here with us. And oh, did he just bring some amazing things with him today. And we will be talking about those delectable food items, because I get to sample some of them in just a little bit. But Zack, welcome back to the show. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me again. How about yourself? How are you?
Doing quite well, and it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
So there's some trends that are happening now.
Yes.
With the, I guess, presentation of food with weddings. Can you tell me a little bit about the trends that are happening now?
Yes, definitely. So a lot of the trends that we're starting to see in the last 4 years has been very Instagrammable, something that looks good on TikTok, things that are very visual to capture for your memories. With everything looking beautiful and colorful, that also goes into the food. So a lot of the food you're going to see is a lot more vibrant, beautiful colors, with the same thing that goes into the weddings for floral. We're going to start seeing a lot of different pastel colors, bright colors, things that are a little bit more eye-popping for your guests to witness at your event.
That sounds great, because so many of the foods that we see even in the store have this color, and we just don't know, well, how can we play with those colors and really make it, as you have said before, a creative work of art. Mm-hmm. So that is just going to be great. So tell me about how some of the vendors are changing the dynamics of things, and maybe you can just address basically who some of the vendors are that we're talking about and the changes that are coming down the pike.
Yeah, definitely. So the beautiful part about the vendors that we have in the Central Valley is we all have a very tight connection with each other. We see each other almost every weekend. We're almost other colleagues that you are with at your regular business, right? So we see each other a lot, and we get to communicate with each other of what are things that people are looking for. And what's great about the day of the event is we're all connected to each other and working to make that experience really good for you, either for the couples, any other type of client. We're all working together to make your experience beautiful. So the one thing that we're starting to see with trends, especially with other vendors, not only ourselves at the Painted Table, is what is going to give you the wow factor. Is it something that is small and just a memorable moment? I believe there's a couple of vendors out there, like Two Little Doves and Stockroom Picks, that are creating the experience of grabbing a little phone and talking about the memories of a couple or what they're witnessing.
That's so darling.
What they're witnessing at the event, rather than just a signature into a book, right? So there's these little nuances that are trying to make your experience different and a little bit more intimate. Having lounge settings with, again, more appetizers for people to have throughout the event. Late night snacks that aren't just your taco trucks and things of that nature, but maybe little sliders in a box with a Coca-Cola on the side.
Oh, fun.
Something that is, again, Instagrammable, petite, that can give your event a very fun memory to just remember and enjoy for your event.
Absolutely. And these are, what I love about Painted Table is the creative ideas that just flow with you and the collaboration with the vendors. So, and if someone has an idea, they could probably bring it to you, and then you collaborate, describe how you would collaborate with them. It's, say, a bride and a groom have an idea. Mm-hmm. What would you say to them if they come to you with this out of the box?
There's been obviously this big want and need for some type of champagne wall, but there's so many type of champagne walls out there. I know the last 3 years there was the donut wall and things of that nature.
Oh yes, the donut, yes.
and rather than having a huge cake, something a little small, cookie bars and things of that nature. Champagne walls are also, again, another type of trendsetter, because we're making different variations of them. You're usually seeing them all scattered on levels for your guests to grab.
Right.
There's experiences out there that we're going to potentially work on that you don't see any champagne glasses. It has a little note that says ring for bubbles, and a hand comes out of the wall with a glass of champagne.
It's kind of like the Addams Family, you know, the hand comes up and, okay, no, that's great.
So
wonderful.
a lot of different vendors can either contact us about that. We can build that for them. Wedding planners, if they have that idea, we can build that for them. There's a lot of things that the painting table, not only just for food, but for structures and things of that nature that will create your experience to be even better than you originally thought.
That's terrific. So what are some of the, I would say, events and things that are happening at the painted table? Are there anything happening that's up and coming? I know there was a big concert there recently, correct?
There was a big concert there recently. There are more to come. Different galas and foundations keep on coming to the venue. There's a lot of things in the pipeline. I know actually this weekend we have Sunmade that is going to be with us.
That's great.
And again, that is us representing the Valley and being able to create an event for them that they can remember. So for instance, we always try to tell storytelling, and they asked of us if there's any way that we can make it seem like things are incorporated. So a lot of their desserts that they're going to be having this week have sun-made raisins incorporated with their desserts, not only with the flavor but the visual aspect of it all. So there's a lot of different things that are coming up that are pretty exciting. So
Well, that's great. Well, I want to get, because I can't help but smelling this amazing smell coming here from the studio. So I'd like to go over and take a look at what you brought to the studio today and tell us a little bit about them, because you were talking about the colors and the vibrancy, and my eye goes right to, I believe you said it's a beet borscht.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Can you go ahead and just show us or tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, definitely. So the big thing for us is trying to create things that have some seasonality into it. Right now in the month of February, we kind of go into a lot of more vegetables and grapefruits and things like that. Luckily, fennel and beets are in season right now for California, and beets are a great vessel for color. And the beet borscht, it's light, refreshing, something that is not as earthy as you might think of a beet. You have a lot of acidic flavors, sweet flavors, things that are not so of your traditional beet juice and things of that nature. So the beet borscht, it is a puree of beets, fennel, celery, onions, white wine, and it's all incorporated with a little bit of oil. And then we top it off with creme fraiche, a little bit of dill, fennel, and a little frisée, just for that accent when you're biting into it.
You know, it's interesting because, growing up, I wasn't much of, a beet borscht person. In my family, that was the big deal. But I'm looking at this going, I want to try that one. That's one of the ones I want to try. So next to it, just behind that, what did you create right there?
So we're getting to the time where the weather is going to hopefully be changing into something a little bit warmer. I think this weekend will be a little bit colder than what we expected.
Yes.
But going into the spring, something a little bit more refreshing when it's a hot day out, we chose a one-bite poke experience. Ooh. So we have a fried little rice cake that we made from Calrose rice. We have ahi tuna that is incorporated with a gochujang aioli, a cucumber salad on top with a little bit of green onions as well. And so we're trying to create that little experience of a poke bowl in one bite.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so in front of that.
So in front of this.
Yeah, in front of that.
We wanted to try to play around a little bit. This actually isn't on our menu, but we can, and this is the stuff that we like to do is there something that's familiar, a little different, but can maybe create a memory at your wedding or any party that you have. So we thought, what if you could have one bite of a baked potato?
Oh, yes.
So
I could.
So rather than having little individual baked potatoes sliced open and doing things of that nature, we said, hey, what if we cored out a little marble potato? We added a Fiscalini white cheddar, a spuma, a little bit of bacon bits, again, green onion, chive on top, and again, creating that one bite experience of a baked potato that it won't get messy, it's not hard to eat for your clients and guests, and for yourself to enjoy.
Okay, so when we're going to take a look at some of the photos here of the creations you had made, but once we finish with those, I'm going to bring back one of these little delectable potatoes and have it live for you. So I don't want to disappoint. So let's take a look at some of the pictures that you brought today.
So we at the Painted Table, again, try to create seasonality items. During the fall, acorn squash and butternut squash bisque that it has a maple creme fraiche. The next one that we like to play around with is a lamb shank with creamy polenta and a beautiful lamb jus. The next one, we are doing manila clams with a little bit of gremolata on top, again creating that experience of something that is crunchy and indulgence.
Okay, so I'm not a chef, so describe what is gremolata?
So gremolata is I like to call it just a little bit of crunchy flair, but we do garlic, a little bit of panko, breadcrumbs, lemon zest, orange zest, olive oil, and I like to put a little bit of either parsley and thyme in it just to kind of get the herbaceousness going, and we'll toast that at a low temperature and kind of make it like a crouton type of consistency, but it's all of a crumble.
I hope you viewers out there are taking notes because, hint, hint, this is great, great information here. Go ahead, tell us a little bit more.
So with that gremolata, it's just a nice little essence on this. For this, it's another version of, on this one, I think we're doing I believe this is another bisque that we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another bisque that we like to do in the fall. Creamy, delectable, things of that nature.
Lobster bisque is one of my favorites. Love it. Oh, now that looks like a yummy drink for someone.
Yes, smoke cocktails. That is, again, something that is going to give you some type of wow factor at your event. If we're doing any type of emulsions or smoke-infused cocktails that are Instagrammable, good for your story, but also taste very delicious.
There you go.
And then on this one, I can't see it from there, to be honest with you, but I believe that one is a dessert of that we've done with passion fruit and things of that nature. Oh, yes,
that looks good. And healthy, too.
Yeah.
Passion fruit.
And then this one...
Looks like the glasses are salted on top.
Yeah.
Maybe a Bloody Mary, because I'm seeing the olive there too, like a perspective for that.
Yeah,
possibly.
little mini Bloody Marys. Again, we'll do tray pass of cocktails that, again, are visually striking.
Okay, and we'll show one more.
And then, yeah, this one, this is very summery. You have your strawberries, lychee, another passion fruit, and very bright, flavorful dessert. Something that is, again, a nice dessert that's light, refreshing, and complements the seasonality of the summer.
Wonderful. So I am at this point, because I've been eyeballing the potato, so I'm just going to take a bite. And while I'm doing that, if you would like to share one piece of advice with viewers about how they can get in contact with you and what's the best way to get information about the Painted Table, can you do that now?
Yeah, definitely. So you can contact us at paintedtablecatering.com or call us at 559-443-7199.
Okay, so I can tell you viewers this. It was phenomenal going down, and when the show closes, I'll be having another one. Zack Paulson, it's a pleasure having you. I hope that you come back again. And viewers, thank you so much for tuning into The Wedding Show. We'll look forward to seeing you next week, and make it a great rest of your day. And hey, with that wind, take cover.